Hey everybody, it's Jules Aradia, and I'm here in the upper branches of an oak tree atop a mountain that I started working with on September 11th, literally. And the spirits of the land summoned me here. And I found this place by taking a different path, literally, a different trail. I'd never taken it before. I didn't have a map. Does anyone really ever have a map for where we're going in life? I mean, we can set our intentions and we can set our course for adventure, but you know what? If we need to be aware of something, the universe will always bring it up, bring it to our face. So I always bring water, blessed water, to this tree, and I offer it water, and I sing to the tree, and I talk to the tree. And the druids, well, not just the druids, people that work with the forces of life and the seasons and work with spirit. There's spirit within everything. And when I first was attuned to Reiki, I became aware of the spirit within all things, and I could, by activating and engaging and centering myself with my Reiki, I was able to commune and communicate with all of life. And it's been a blessing. It's been an interesting journey, definitely. And today, a week from today actually, I'll be making an announcement because we're coming up on the 90-day mark since I started a journey for myself with weight wellness and cutting out toxins even more than I had already done before. I'd already been walking the path of health and healing and on my own for many years, and I had already lost a bunch of weight about 2012. So that was 6 years ago was when I reached that lowest point, and I just got to that point last week on my journey. But I will have been doing this process, this life experiment, if you will, for 3 cycles of the moon, 3 full cycles for a season, which I feel like we have to hold in order to really start making solid changes that are going to be lasting. Spirits always told me, as we align with the seasons and the cycles of the sun, it takes us a full year to make on planet Earth. If the camera is moving, it's because I have it hanging by its strap. I don't have a tripod that works with tree branches, so we'll just have to deal with it. But some of the things that I've noticed on my weight wellness journey is, first of all, I'm really grateful for all the shadow work that I have been doing and already did over the course of the last 7 years, because we store a lot of toxins in our fat, and not just physical toxins, but emotional toxins as well, unprocessed emotions from traumas that happened to us. And I noticed that my weight came back after my father passed in 2015. It started creeping back, and then I had sprained my knee and I hurt my ankle, and I had these injuries that prohibited me from going to the mountaintop, but I still did, and I would do it every week, and I wasn't giving my body time enough to heal, and I kept re-injuring myself, and it made it really hard. It's hard to, when you're trying to, get strong and healthy, it's hard when you're limited by injuries and physical stuff. So it's funny, I had gone on a spiritual pilgrimage to Mount Shasta over the summer solstice, and I did some sacred work there, deep sacred work, and some of my takeaways from that had to do with crossing thresholds and moving into new territory and new contracts, and aligning myself with not just the realization that I had aligned myself with my soul tribe and strengthened those bonds and that connected with, because sometimes our blood family isn't our spiritual family. There can be differences there, and so this is more of a spiritual soul family. But as we grow and evolve spiritually, we get to a point in our process where I could only go so far on my own. So back when my father passed, thank goodness I had already aligned with a community of really loving souls and kindred spirits, because that really helped me when my father had passed. I really needed to feel upheld and supported. And grief and stress can not only hinder the weight loss, but it can also, that extra stress on your body can slow down your healing process and even cause inflammation, and it can aggravate chronic conditions. Since I was a child, I have had environmental allergies, and I had to take shots twice a week at one point during my life. And now I'm working on the process of detoxing from antihistamines and so I don't have to take the allergy pills anymore. And I've been getting better. I only have to take them like once every 3 weeks now. And it's been interesting just trying to get the chemicals out of my body and the journey and how long it takes, and knowing my threshold, and what amount, because it takes effort and time and energy, and it can be really frustrating to grow. So in the upcoming months, I'm going to be blogging as I'm still processing everything, just so that I can put it out there. Some of the things that I went through as I detox, some of my experiences, not just physical ones, but I had like time-space continuum scenarios going on, like, whoa, okay, I'm going to use this cleanse time for going even deeper into my practice and my process and myself, and into my blood, and do some deeper ancestral work, and like past life stuff started coming up, and I got really clear on a lot of things. But it didn't mean that I didn't have to go through an ordeal or a paradox in order to have that clarity. I did. And there were certain paradoxes and struggles that I had to go through for a while. Part of it was because of my resistance, and part of it was because I had to really understand it, because I was going to be helping others go through it later. And I believe that we're all here in this world, and we have a sacred reason for being here. And it's up to each of us to find and nourish what that is. What is that spark that makes us really come alive? And then do that. What do you love? What do you thrive? What makes you come alive? Then nourish that as much as you possibly can. I think that's what we're meant to do. I think that's how we bloom. Yes, 90 days is coming up for me next week. That's a full season, and I'll be announcing. So far, I've lost 31 pounds and almost 47 inches. Ouch, 46.75. And it's been a lot easier than I had anticipated. When I went into this journey, I didn't really have any expectations on. Here's the thing. Spirit has always told me that I was going to drop weight really quickly, but it was going to happen at the right time. And it was going to happen when I completely and totally loved and accepted myself, every aspect of my being. And when I came back from Shasta, literally within 24 hours, the opportunity presented itself for me to make this lifestyle change. Because we aren't going to change if we keep doing the same thing, if we keep dancing the same dance. And so I went for it, and my partner Anthony went for it as well. And so we're both enjoying this journey together, and we're celebrating and upholding each other. And it's made me, as an highly sensitive empath, I never realized how my energy patterns were kind of stuck in a loop by certain chemicals, or like because inflammation, or it felt the cells in my body were obviously confused, or else there wouldn't have been that much inflammation going on. I realized we do live in a toxic world, and I had gotten to a point where it was I need help. I needed help, and then help arose. Help. The universe responds, and that help showed up really quickly, and I recognized the threshold that I was at. I was like, well, I can do it now and step into my power and embrace this, because the universe is presenting this now I felt, for a reason. Or you can do it another time, but tomorrow never gets here. It's always now. The magic always happens in the now, when we choose it, when we open to it. It's like the threshold is always there. Our DNA is always shape-shifting. It's shape-shifting because of influences and toxins and energies in our environment. It's shifting because the biofield, the Earth's field is also shifting, with all the solar wind and geomagnetic storms and the influences connected to the sun. We're all going through a powerful changing time. And in Reiki, I teach that we don't have one body, but we have four. We have our mental body, our emotional body, our physical body, and our spiritual body. Well, your spiritual body is infinite and eternal, wise and loving. And that's our true essence that is omnipresent. But sometimes we deny it from being fully expressed by our choices, actions, and decisions from moment to moment. And then in those magical moments, in conscious awareness, as we move through life, if we're nimble, if we're awake, if we're aware, we can recognize, that's showing me, the universe is showing me something. When I step outside my temple space, I greet nature, I greet the trees and the wind. There's always a breeze or a butterfly or something, some sound from nature. Like I always say, hello, beautiful, and there's always a response that comes back, like, hello. And so I look for those. I am part of. There's crows. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do 4 crows mean, you guys? We'll have to look that up. 5. Ooh, hello, crow. I've only seen 2 crows up here before. Now there's 5 overhead. Okay, 5 crows. Thank you, goddess of change. Okay, there's that feels okay for me. We're moving into the fall season. Crows to me are messengers at the crossroads. We are crossing a threshold right now. We just had the fall equinox. We're moving into the dark time of year, the goddess time of year, where it really is time for us to get into our bodies. We're going to be moving into what's called the dreaming time of year, where all of life seems to go within. Maybe the trees start to lose their leaves. Life appears to be receding, but it's just really going deeper. The days are going to be getting shorter. And the juicy, delicious night is going to be expanding. This feminine aspect of us, it's like there were seeds that have been planted. This is the harvest season, so it's like the seeds that were planted before are coming full bloom now. Do we like what we have created for ourselves, what we are harvesting for ourselves at this time? Are we satisfied for that, or is it time for us to to make a change. And I noticed that eating more clean has helped me get clear psychically and message-wise. It's helped me be a better priestess. It's helped me be a better Reiki master, and one that is in service to others. It helped me find this tree, this sacred being that is influencing and helping us heal and grow right now through me. Spirit, over this 90-day journey, Spirit has been telling me to eat close to the earth and eat lots of greens, leafy greens, dark leafy greens. And the dark leafy greens help us alkalize. And if you focus on that and bringing your system into more of an alkaline state, the body will begin to heal. But it's hard. So many things are acidic. Meat's acidic, bread's acidic, sugar's acidic, and coffee's acidic, soda, oh my goodness. So we're being called to make changes, and maybe you're feeling it in the stress in your life, or certain struggles that you're going through. If it keeps recurring, there's something there, and you got to look at it. That's it. It's not going to get better. This is how we're being shown where we need to make adjustments. Sorry, I just got some interference all of a sudden. It was strange. Okay. A lot can happen over 90 days. We're just shy of 90 days to the new year. A lot can happen in 90 days. So I'm going to leave you with that. That feels good enough. That feels juicy enough. I'll be giving little nuggets of what I feel called to speak about. Oh yes, that's what they were saying. Sorry. We have 4 bodies: the mental body, physical body, spiritual body, and emotional body. And if any one of these 4 bodies are off, it's like you ever pull a muscle in your back and then another part of you overcompensate, so you're like trying to favor one side, and then when that muscle heals, you're like, oh, what's going on over here? It's kind of like that. It's like we've been keep trying to build, but our foundation is unsteady, and we're like, there's like these imbalances built upon imbalances, and there's just a lot of confusion and chaos, and it's just not sustainable. So that's pretty much what happens is if we've got tears in our auric field, if we've got unprocessed emotions, if we haven't done shadow work, if we haven't really gone within and looked at ourselves at a deeper level, certain things will come up for us. And as we move into the dark time of year, it's important for us to embrace our inner journey as well as our outer journey. And as you connect more to your true spirit that is infinite, wise, and eternal, that is prana, that is chi, that is your life force, every aspect of you will begin to come into balance. But we can't rely on that one thing alone. We also have to look at these other aspects of ourselves. And this is how we truly honor our path, our body, our life, and become one with life. We start to dance with life. We're not fighting it. We're flowing with it. We're dancing with it. Let's just take 3 deep breaths so we can feel that flow of the infinite within and without. Breathe with me. Be aware of the sky above and the earth below and you in between. Your center, your heart space, your breathing space in this now eternal moment. I keep seeing it. There's 2 trees. One's like a fake tree and one's a real tree. And when you look at a tree, you just see it from the surface of the soil up. We don't see what's beneath and below. And so in truth, there's wisdom beneath the surface within us that we are meant to claim and reclaim and remember. But a lot of us are totally unaware of this, that is a part of us that is real, that needs to be healed. And it's like the foundations for our growth, for our very existence. And then there's this like fake tree that's kind of like superimposed over the real tree, and it doesn't have any roots. It's synthetic. It's like a plastic tree. We're moving through truth and illusion. And there's illusion that is woven around truth. And it's up to us to learn how to discern the difference, because in the end that will help us discern and make the best choices in the moment for ourselves, for our loved ones. And to be in the flow of life. The 5 crows were ushering in change, parting the veil, ushering us across the threshold into a new season. Messengers. I love you. Until next time, blessed be.